from Thursday shouldn't be bad.
Just gotta wait one more minute. It's the rules. Rules are rules, Andy.
You go, John.
All right, I'll bring this meeting to order. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Everybody is here except Joe, and I think Joe is going to be, he's just running a couple minutes late. Notice to the public, any member of the public wishing to address the governing board on a topic within the subject matter jurisdiction of the district but not on the agenda may do so during the public comment period identified on this agenda. By law, subjects not on the agenda cannot be acted upon by the board except to briefly respond, clarify, or refer to staff for review and presentation at a future meeting. The board president will recognize you for public comment on matters on the agenda at the appropriate time. Do we have any correspondence?
No.
None. Any consent agenda?
No.
Okay, do we have any public comment? Seeing none. No guests and presentations. Okay, director's report.
Okay, first thing is library activities. The summer reading club started the first week of June. People are able to register online. I don't have any figures yet for how many people have registered. But our first program was last Thursday. We had a magician. We had 135 people show up for that.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, the only real problem was we had 80 chairs.
Well, he was a magician. He could have figured that out, right?
Yeah. So I guess that's a good problem to have,
Yeah.
too many people showing up. That's the first of 10 programs. The next one is going to be a folk singer from Berkeley is going to come. He'll be here next Thursday, or this Thursday. Next thing is the children's librarian position. We have a person that's going to start on July the 6th. He was the former head of youth services at the Lodi Public Library for 15 years. His name's Jim Tinder. So it'll be kind of interesting to have a children's librarian that's a male, since there aren't many of those out there. He has a BA and a master's in history from Cal State Hayward and a master's of library science from San Jose State, like me.
Awesome.
So that's that part.
All right. Ongoing business. It looks like we're going to table the approval of the Wilden report, correct?
Yeah, I've been talking with two attorneys about it. They advise that the report is still under review pending additional documentation. I'm still trying to find past reports for them. They recommend that we don't adopt the report as they think that it's deficient per Government Code 66001B1.
Okay.
So they're looking into it, and I hope to have a more complete report next time.
Okay, so we're going to table that till next month, likely, right?
Yes.
Do you need us to take action on that, or you're just going to?
Yeah, no action. We'll
Okay.
just table it.
All right. Any questions? Okay. Okay.
Same kind of thing with the Vacaville redevelopment. I sent a letter and an email to the Board of Education asking if they had an official stance. I got nothing back from them. I talked with Ian Arnold about it. He suggested I talk to Skip Thompson. I talked to him. He talked to his county council. He said that the issue is a closed session item for the County Board of Supervisors on the 23rd, and that he would get back to me after that meeting. So
right.
I guess we'll table that one as well for this month.
Excellent. New business.
New business, I would like the board to consider a COLA raise for the staff for the next fiscal year. It would be 1.7%, which would be an increase of $9,000 to the personnel budget.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the COLA increase for the 15-16 fiscal year.
have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, do we have any public comments before we vote on this? Any board comments? Mr. Garcia? All right. All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Next item is the approval of the 2015-16 budget, which we've been working on. That would be the one in green here. We will be having around $50,000 less budgeted for than last year. Last year we had a lot of one-time upgrades to the computer system and lots of buying of software that we won't have to duplicate this year. We also had the audits, which were close to 20,000. The Wilden report was another 12,000. Yeah, otherwise it's more just computer related stuff. And we should be saving quite a bit on the telephone service too. I'm supposed to be getting a refund of close to $5,000 for the phone service from last year, so.
Nice.
Last time we went over a list of some of the things that we were going to increase this year. Since a couple people weren't here last time, I'll go over that really quickly. Attendance of the ALA conference in Orlando, the California Library Association conference in Pasadena, slight increase in material budgets for adults, children, and media, new monitors for all the public and staff terminals, 3 new thin clients, a new scanner for photographs, a new iron gate for the area in between the Miller and the Carnegie to block that off and get the garbage cans out of sight. 2 new bins for board books for the children's department, and around $22,000 for maintenance of the Carnegie, which would include repainting the Carnegie and fixing the steps, which are all pretty cracked and there are weeds growing through them. So we'd like to get that done, and also paint all the windows too. So that's like the main increases we're going to have next year.
Any questions? Joe?
No.
No?
No, fine.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the budget?
I'll move approval of the budget.
Okay, do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Excuse me, I'll second.
All right, do we have any public comments before we vote? Any other board comments, questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I just want to make one notation on this budget, it doesn't include the COLA.
It does not,
It does
correct?
not.
Because
I figured that.
it'll be an extra about $9,000, correct? Yeah. All right, approval of the minutes, May 14th, 2015. All right, do we have a motion?
I'll move approval of the minutes.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, any public comment? Any board comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And approval of the minutes. May 28th.
I'll move approval of the minutes from May 28th.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Any public comments? Any board comments? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Approval of the new sick leave policy.
Yeah, there's a new state sick leave policy going into effect on July the 1st. I asked our attorney to make an addendum to our policies for sick leave to reflect that. The gist of it is that part-time employees who work more than 30 days per year earn sick leave. And it's a state law, so it's really nothing particular to our policies, just that our
Is there
policies-
clarification of how it works if they actually accrue the sick leave days, but then leave before the 90th day? Are they paid in cash then at the time they leave?
I don't think it is.
I don't know.
Sorry, no one gets paid for sick leave in cash, just vacation.
Okay, well, the question becomes if they've actually accrued the sick leave because they worked, 30 days, the equivalent of 30 days, but then leave before the 90th day or discharged before the 90th day, assuming they're probationary or temporary, what happens to that sick leave? It's accrued, it's earned, so it should be paid. So the question becomes, I'm just curious, what happens to any accrued but unpaid sick leave? Especially in the case where somebody is, discharged as opposed to quits.
Yeah.
Why don't we just ask him to come back with that, Joe?
Yeah, can you just get clarification on that point from
And this,
legal
it
counsel?
says, upon termination, resignation, or retirement, employees shall receive no payout for accrued sick leave
Where do
other
you
than
see-
that
I'm
required
sorry.
by federal or
So-
state law.
In the temporary employees.
Where is it?
Let's see.
It says temporary employees who separate from employment will not receive a cash payout for unused leave, but may use such unused leave if they return to employment in a
Okay.
temporary position.
I'm sorry, I missed that sentence.
Each
All right,
temporary employee.
that answers the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the same policy at our office now, and they told us that nobody gets to cash out on sick leave, so
Oh,
same
okay.
thing.
I'll move approval.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, any public comments?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this are we doing the policy for the state law and not anything else?
I think it is for the state law.
If we are actually approving a policy change, we really should do that over the course of 2 meetings. And so this would be the first,
Step.
reading of the policy, and then we would essentially approve it at the next meeting, because typically with policies, we do read them twice before we approve them.
Yeah, but this goes into effect on the 1st of July, which is 2 weeks.
Okay, well.
And it's a state.
State law.
State
All
law.
right, okay.
So, okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, anybody have comments?
I have a comment. What'd you do on 10B?
Tabled. We need
Okay.
further
So 10A was
information.
tabled and 10B was tabled?
Yeah, they're
Correct.
both tabled.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, meeting adjourned.
Thank you. Now, I missed half the meeting. I had 5 minutes